All right, again, good afternoon, and once again, we just want to welcome you all. This is Richard here for Yard Media, and we're just doing a quick review of the show we did last Sunday for Sunday Scoops. We featured Ernest Wilson and, to a lesser extent, the Clarendonians, for which he was a member of, and we also featured the Techniques. Two great segments of the show, 1 hour each, we dedicated to each of these groups or artists, if you want to call them that. And we started the show off with Ernest Wilson, who passed on. We should point out he passed on late last year, and we just never had an opportunity based on time. So we took the opportunity last Sunday to do a quick reflection. We also did the same thing for the Techniques, one of the greatest vocal groups to ever come out of Jamaica. Of course, again, with the Techniques, a lot of the members have also transited as well. Johnny Johnson, we call him Captain Johnny Johnson. Of course, there was Slim Smith, one of the best voices of the 1960s period, and Pat Kelly, he also transited. Then, of course, we would also remember Mr. Riley there from the Techniques. He also transited, if I remember correctly. He lost his life. He was actually murdered, and So a sort of a remembrance kind of a show, if you will. But we wanted to focus on the memories of that these guys created. Now, Ernest Wilson, I want to start out with him, and I'm gonna encourage you to go to the website at yardmedia.com and watch the show. Two great hours of some really nice music, some tidbits. We're not gonna give away much of it here, but to just encourage you to go to the site and to watch the show. Ernest Wilson came up in that early blues, R&B era, and then segued largely into the rocksteady era. But there was a ska where he, along with his partner, who together they referred to themselves as the Clarendonians, that they rocked the airwaves. Tunes like Rudy Bam Bam, Rude Boy Gone to Jail, Shooby Dooby Doo, I Love You. Really some of the great ska sides that came out of that era. And Ernest Wilson would have been responsible for putting those out. He teamed up with Freddie McGregor, young Freddie McGregor, in the early days, because they started out early. These guys are in the music from 10, 11, 12 years old, being products of the talent competitions of the period. And when they went to Coxsone joined up Freddie with Ernest and called him Fitzy and Freddie, and they did a single called Why Did You Do It? A really nice bluesy, it wasn't ska, it was more blues than anything else. And again, I'm encouraging you, go to the website and watch it. Of course, Ernest Wilson would have had a pretty solid career after that. He, transited into the reggae period, especially after the partnership with himself, and the Clarendonians partnership broke up. Peter Austin, who was the other member of the partnership, basically walked away after a while because he said the money was in the music, and so that pushed Ernest Wilson into a solo career. It was around the time when the music was changing, and so he was putting on some of the toughest rocksteady sides at the time. You wanna just come in and listen to that. Worked for both Coxsone, worked for Leslie Kong, did some work with Duke Reed at Treasure Isle, and of course, again, we talk about the ska, because the ska of the period, especially that 1963 to 65, 66 period. You Can't Be Happy, Darling Forever, You Can't Keep a Good Man Down. Most of these songs were coming out of this period. And as I say, by 1960, Pratt, his partner left him and he decided to go on his own. He did a couple of tunes with If I Were a Carpenter, which he did a little stint with the Techniques as well, and his career, he held his own in that Rocksteady period. One of my favorite songs that he did of that period was a tune called Undying Love, and of course by the 1970s when he did that big tune with Harold Butler coming out of the period. Now, the second hour we looked at the Techniques, and again, the Techniques started in 1962 with, again, we said Slim Smith, Franklin Waite, Frederick Waite and Franklin White. It also featured they were basically starting out, in the days there as backup artists for people like Ken Booth, Stranger Cola, and so on. They hung out at Chocomolan, which after a while was being operated by Seaga, but did their first recording with a singer called No One, when this North American singer Major Lance came to Jamaica, Columbia Records, and they were doing a couple of recordings at Federal Records down there in Kingston, courtesy of the relationship with Seaga. But the group would go on to sing with Duke Reed, and a couple of the, again, big scat tune, Little Did You Know, Don't Leave Me When You're Wrong, and of course, between in that 1960s period, the group sort of became a little bit of an itinerant group. Members were flitting in and out. Pat Kelly, who had gone overseas to study electrical engineering, would come back in the summer, and he sang on a couple of tracks. You Don't Care, Queen Majesty, I Wish It Would Rain, It's You I Love, Love Is Not a Gamble. These are some of the songs that the Techniques is noted for. I'm going to encourage you, visit the website at yaadmedia.com. That's YAAWD media.com. Look at the show for Sunday of last week. That would have been the 9th of December. And share with your friends. Feel free, and of course you like the show, you can sign up for the site so we can give you notifications when we have additional programs coming on. This Sunday on Yard Media, we're going to be featuring the great Sly Dunbar, who is continuing a program we started 2 weeks earlier as a remembrance to the great Robbie Shakespeare. I'm going to again invite you to join us on Yard Media. That's this coming Sunday for this show live. Sly is not a man who does a whole heap of talking, so we get an opportunity to sit with him and to share his relationship with Sly, with Robbie Shakespeare, and just how they made such great music and such a partnership that lasted for such a long time. Again, that's all the time I have for you today. Visit our website, yardmedia.com. If you like the gear that we have behind us here, you can pick that up on our website at yardabroad.com. That's YARDABRAAWD, yardabroad.com. And, you would be able to grab a couple pieces of these nice reggae and Jamaica themed merchandise. That's all we have for you today. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy your weekend.